Howdy y'all, Goose here. Today is October 18th. So if you take a look at the account balance, you'll know today was not a great day. It actually started off okay, pretty decent. And on NQ, I was able to catch a support and resistance type trade. Hide this label real quick. You can see, yeah, so just seeing nice candle support, wicks coming off, and off the open. Had an entry down here for a nice move. This is just price action based. If you look on the higher time frame, we were kind of at the open touching my support region that I've drawn out down here from the last few days. So I just figured, yeah, price action could potentially show a bounce there. Caught that move. I played that with only 3 micro NQs, so it was like, yeah, smaller than normal, but still significant. And the account, I think at that point, yeah, I want to say like the trade made almost 400, so we almost undid yesterday's blunder, and I was pretty happy about that. Just having that happen right, early in the day. Nothing else on NQ piqued my interest. Over on ES, there was a missed opportunity that I've marked out here, and that's using the order blocks concept, which I've marked with the blue rectangle. So this green candle here became an order block because of having the wick within the fair value gap, showing displacement past it, as well as showing support on the order block itself over here later in the day. So I kind of missed track of this. I had the order block marked out when price was near here, like around 10:45 a.m. And then I didn't carry out this rectangle, so I just kind of forgot about it. But wish I had tracked it. If I saw this nice wick, I wouldn't have played this trade. But after seeing that rejection on the order block, this next trade here would have been potentially worth taking. So I've just marked it out for visibility, but I did not take this trade. Wish I did. Might have been happy and just walked away for the day. It was like technically almost it was like a 3.5 R return. So you could have just had your entry right at the start of the order block, stop just past the edge of the order block, or manually flattening out if we close below the midpoint of the body. But I didn't catch that one. So I noticed that I missed it shortly after, and I don't know, maybe that is what caused the next mistake. Moving further on into ES, basically saw an OTE strategy develop. So later in the day, I was kind of looking for an OTE strategy. I thought there'd be one here around 12 in the middle of the day, and we had a new low pushed out with displacement, but this engulfing red back down is just a really bad sign on the 1 minute. So didn't take that, and thankfully didn't, because price just collapsed right through. Didn't even try. We make a new low, another low. This swing high now becomes our potential market structure shift on yet another low. So here's where I'm really looking at my bread and butter strategy OTE. I'm going to switch this to the 3 minute because that's how I normally view this. And we had nice displacement coming right out of there. On the high time frame, it's hard to say. I mean, there's this monthly, key level down here, which we've now kind of bounced off of, but at the time we weren't quite there. There was support from the last few days, but we did break through that zone that I had marked out. So it wasn't the best OTE setup, but this displacement was really nice. Something concerning is that this order block actually held again, and I wouldn't have taken this trade because this 2 touches I think is like the most you'll get out of an order block. That third touch was kind of surprising, but I did want to go ahead and play this. I was really itching to take an OTE trade. I came off of the win in the morning, so I was feeling pretty good, like I could take on some risk. And I went in with 8 MES. I think I entered like 5, and then I added 3 more slowly as price kind of continued to break through my 70.1 level. Had my stop just under this low that we swept, and that looked really good. Like, I think at the peak here, the account was up, I mean, on the day I was up potentially, yeah, like close to 500. So would have been a really nice day, but my targets, my TP1 was actually a little bit higher, just right around this order block area. Again, I thought we would like test it one more time. Looking back, I mean, because that order block created such a sharp sell-off, like, I think having a target a little bit lower, again, this is hindsight, but like, I'm going to drag this over. So this sharp move down, you could see that right before that, like, this is where potential supply could still be sitting, right? This, like, basically the width of the green candle, unmitigated supply. So I wish I had offloaded my 3 contracts, like, right around there. At least then, when this yanked back really quickly, I would have been not as upset and just accepted, okay, well, if we stop out at break even, I'm, no big deal. So I had my stops just underneath this order block, and it looked like it was going to hold for a bit here, but it did end up coming through. That was like a break-even trade, but I think what happened was this just made me upset because I thought I had like a great setup. I was up a lot right here, and to end in break-even, it just, I don't know, put a bad taste in my mouth. So this little bit of the day is where everything went wrong. I saw these wicks down here. I saw us potentially, actually no, first I saw us potentially having support off of this order block, this red candle right here. The order block itself would be the body, which is insanely small, but you can see we were closing above that body this whole time. So right around here, like on this small green candle, I actually was like, you know what, this is worth getting in. And I think it was worth taking the trade. I don't regret getting in, but I didn't take profit or anything like on this push up. So it ended up coming back and taking me out for a small loss. So at this point, getting a little tilted. I'm seeing, again, wicks forming on the 3-minute down here, and I'm thinking, okay, like, this is really late in the day, almost 3 o'clock. We're probably not going to see a new low day. Like, this is just a bias that just kicked in really hard, and I think part of it was just being frustrated from this trade. But I, again, entered down here near the lows of days, low of the day, and I did have my stop back under where it was originally. And as you can see, I got stopped yet again. So went from having a pretty solid potential day to almost hitting max loss 2 days in a row. And both of these days were caused from impatience. I'm going to size down. I know I said I was going to size down yesterday, and I did, in the morning trade. I just got a little spirally and chaotic down when my OTE didn't work out. I felt like I, should have taken some partials here. Felt like it got away from me. Like this candle right here, this red candle really, and that honestly was a sign. Like I should have closed out the trade on the close of that candle. Just knowing price action like this, tweezer top basically is what it is not a good sign. So had I like closed it up here, there would have been a little bit more profit secured. Maybe I would have been satisfied and not cared about the second order block and just watched. But something about just being break even after waiting through this whole trade and having a decent entry. The OTE strategy is my bread and butter, so I don't know, I think I was kind of expecting to get at least TP1. It is what it is. At least I'm losing because of mismanaging emotions and not my strategy. So that's kind of the only thing that's really giving me hope to kind of like, okay, I can crawl out of this mess. Yeah, I've done it in the past. I actually had to do something very similar when I first was doing the evaluation for Earn to Trade. So going to get back into that mindset. I'm not going to bother putting the winning trade at the end of this video. I'm just going to keep this really short again. This is sort of my hunker down, can't afford to lose much more. I think I have just around $500 or so on my drawdown. Things are getting real right now. This is sort of the hard point most traders don't ever show you, but I'm trying to be as transparent as I can. My plan is to not go over half size for any of my trades. Only look for really good risk rewards. Potentially only trade the OTE really, because that again is my bread and butter. And I think sticking to one strategy just gives you the best odds of not making mistakes. The cost of that is it might take longer than otherwise. I'm gonna do my best to pull out of here, and I'll keep you guys updated. So as always, trade long, trade strong. I'll see you guys on the next one.